Hey folks, it's Thursday, and I haven't really prepared what I'm going to talk about today, except that I just know I want to play Soft Machine, because this is, again, let's start with this song. Soft Machine is another one of my all-time favorite bands, mean a whole lot to me. This is side 2 of volume 2, which is one of my favorite sides. There's been there was a contest, or there was a thread about favorite sides, and nothing came to me because just sometimes those questions people answer, and it's a lot of times no answer comes. But I have the answer today. Soft Machine Volume 2. Side 2 is one of my favorite sides. I have most of their albums. I just thought I'd pull these first two to show. These are original copies of their first two albums. I love Soft Machine. Besides Robert Wyatt and Hugh Hopper, I particularly have always admired Mike Ratledge's keyboard work. And he is one of those people who wasn't interested in playing the media game, so he's never gained much of an image, but I think he's thoroughly underrated. Yeah, this is the one with the cover. This is an original. Yeah, it moves. It does. It sure does. Yep, yeah, it does. Yeah, you just have to kind of move it carefully. Then you can see butts and breastises and stuff on the cover, which was very bold at the time. Soft Machine. I want to thank people again for your entries into my contest. Really wonderful videos. It is showing how much my life has changed, even in the last 6 to 8 months. It has been an effort to take the time to watch the videos. I don't watch videos like I used to. The VC, as far as a place in my head and my heart, is permanent and daily, but the way I'm spending my time shifts. When I first found the VC, watching the videos was extremely important. It was real important. Now, the connection is the most important thing to me. Attempting to watch all the videos, I don't want to, you know. It's just there's a shift, you know, like life. I really enjoyed, particularly Mibertube, Sarah. I like them all, but some things people say, I want to say something, and I want to say to you, Mark, that I don't know if you were thinking of me when you said, you know, lighten up, don't be so serious. All I can say is, I have to be who I am, and I'm light and heavy at the same time. And I feel very strongly about just being who I am in my videos and talking about what's on my mind, be it music or other social issues. I feel like this is part of my role as a member of society to do this. I really do. One of the things I'm always about doing is lifting the veil for some folks on the idea that some of you can read my thoughts. I'll leave it right there. You know, I've made so many videos that probably some of you folks don't. You're like, for example, someone recently signed me up to a shoegaze group, and that's nice, but I'm probably not going to get involved because it's just another time distraction that I'm not really interested in. But I love what you call shoegaze. I was all over on it when it happened. But this whole idea of thinking in genres is just it's kind of old for me. And it's like, you know, I use the terms to associate with people, but mostly what I'm just looking for, and what I've always looked for, is just what I think is good and slightly off the beaten path. That's the other thing I'll say is I love all the comments, and I'll respond to some comments, and there are some comments I won't respond to. I'll say again, the way that some people talk, and maybe it's the way you are, but the way that some people talk, I don't even want to talk to you, okay? Get a clue, okay? Get a clue, all right? I'm not telling you to change, but just, the way that some people try to talk to me, it's like, what? No, man, I ain't like that. Even if you're like that, I just come again. I am forever sensitive about when I don't know people personally about their, perceptions, and it does have to do with trauma, which is it's forever on the surface. So that's where that's coming from. I'm looking around to see what records can I share right quick. I played a little bit of this last night, Boris new album. I like this a lot. It's sloppy as fuck, but I like it. Soto was talking about how I have lots of prog, and I guess I do, but I have all kinds of stuff. And let me just look here and see. I was thinking of playing something. Yeah, this is not prog, but this is another example of something I really like that I got turned on to. Someone had asked me, what do I think of Jesus and Mary Chain? I liked them when they first came out quite a bit. Didn't buy the records, I just have some singles. And then they got to the point where they sounded kind of generic to me. But this band, A Place to Bury Strangers, reminds me of Jesus and Mary Chain in a good way. And there's a song on here called Revenge. I'm going to attempt to do a switch here. See how it goes. Great Robert Wyatt drums. I love the Boris logo, the heavy. I love that. Robert Wyatt kicking those drums. That 5/4 thing or whatever it is, 6/8, whatever he's doing there, I just love that. Okay, so I want to play Revenge. I always forget which song it is. As you can see, I'm really not ready to be doing this. I'm just going to do it though. Let's try this. Let's see how this goes. Yeah. Yeah, that rocks. Kicks ass. I hear the old Jesus and Mary Chain thing in there with that buzzy sound. That kicks butt. Some other records I played recently. Yeah, I do feel like I do have a manifesto. There are some things that I'm about, and I've kind of pretty much marked my line in the sand, and I ain't gonna back down now. There is some music that I think is absolutely worthless, and I think I will say it to the point where some of you will probably get mad at me and go away. That's not my point, but my point is I have a strong point, and I just think that some of that music, I wish some of that music would die. Blues is one, and just some of this worst meat-headed rock and roll. That music is just dead to me. Dead, and I will continue to attack it. Because of the effect it's had on me personally. I can do that if I want to. I'm human, I'm not perfect, And so that's a part of me that some will think is really shitty, and others will maybe relate to. At this point, I do care, but I don't care. It's like I am who I am. you know. So along those lines, I was pulling out some records, and I pulled out this single, Brief Weeds, because I completely forgot what it sounded like, but it's on the K label. K label, some of you know about it, some of you don't. K label is the label that was started, I believe, by Kelvin Johnson of Beat Happening. Now, what's interesting about Beat Happening and K is that a lot of the stuff is very lo-fi, shambolic. Like this record, Brief Weeds, it's like the people can hardly play, but this is great pop music. This is an example of where I listen to the music and there's something there that isn't there in some of the music that is very popular, you know, but there's no essence there. That's what I'm talking about with certain bands that I will not stop bashing when I feel like it. A band that I played with live one time, Brer, from the East Coast. I bought their records because they were very artistic about this. This was a single they made where they die cut the covers themselves, colored them, put this little window in. They did this all themselves. It really impressed me. See, it's like a window you can actually see through. Tissue paper or something on the inside. Each of the inserts is painted, hand painted, with each of these is, those aren't printed, these are made by the band. Each one for each record was written out. Once again, this is lo-fi in that it sounds like it could have been recorded in someone's living room. The musicianship is fair, but the sincerity comes through loud and clear. And this is really good. Brer. You know, back around Christmas time, one of my friends from childhood was in town from Minnesota visiting, and I had him on, Alan Hicks. You all met him, some of you remember the video. And we had our first band ever together, and he was one of my best friends. I want to tell you, I was so disappointed in Alan when he turned me on to Kiss. I was so disappointed in him. I said, what happened? How'd you get fooled? From the very moment, it's like, you know, we were still kids, young, you know. I couldn't believe it. I said, how are you getting fooled? It was the look. It was the look, you know. Just shook my head. Here's another record by Brer. These are good. Something else I bought, and I played it recently. Subtract. Hold On. I bought it for the lenticular cover mainly because I think it's cool. I gotta listen to this again. I don't think this is that good. I've listened to it several times. Played it recently with Nick Fackler. There's something about this seems kind of bullshitty to me. I gotta listen to it again. I like the cover a lot, but there's something. I'll get back to this. It was like, wait a minute, this ain't that good. I'll listen to it again. Last thing I'll show is this compilation that I bought from, is it Mute Records? A bunch of electronic artists. It's called Elation. It's a nice comp. I like compilations. What is the label here? Sonic, German. But this has some good stuff on it. Mouse on Mars, FX Randomize, Oval, Schumpeitziger, Microstoria, Lithops. Really good. One more thing. Someone, I looked at my comments this morning and someone had commented on an old video where I had given some big props to Pharoah Sanders, and they basically tell me that what I'm saying is bullshit. It's my opinion, and I stand by it. I think that Beryl Sanders is as great a saxophonist as John Coltrane. I think you can hear it. Well, I can hear it, and I can feel it. See ya.